send them go down. We dey send them go down. We dey send them go down. We dey send them go down. Tell them say we dey. Tell them say we dey. Tell you never. Tell them say we dey. Tell them say we dey. We dey send them go down. We send them go down. Yeah, we dey send them go down. We dey send them go down. Enjoy media. Look for me, Talabi. Pape, Charlie. Hey, you go to see Bodu Odu. Any man to do. Tinde ya Bodu. Monday at in a bad. Oh, too bad. Tell them say you there. Tell you never. Tell them say you there. Tell you never. Tell them say you there. Tell them say you there. Yeah, we just send them go down. We just send them go down. Yeah, we just send them go down. Send them, we just send them go down.
The sound sensation come from the nation.
And they do it for Kilo. Do the dancing and they go down low. All my dogs, chatty. They rocky, I look in there. Start the day.
Tell them we are here. When they eat it, they shouldn't eat all. Yeah. Tell your neighbor I'm here. Oh. Tell them say we there. We just send them good on. 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 All right.
We just send them good on. 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 We just send them good on.
Oh, Jody, what shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall we do?
Oh, Tony, what shall we do?
Let me go to Zimbabwe and say, Makati to all my Zimbabwean listeners there, especially in Harare.
What shall we do? What shall we do?
What shall we do? What shall we do? Oliver Mtuguzi, may your soul rest in peace. He passed just last week. A very, very strong and great musician as well. May your soul rest in peace, Oliver. You left a great deal with us. We'll continue to pass your message on by playing your music. It's great. Let me say a big sorry to all of my Zimbabwean friends and family for the great loss. He was a great musician, a wonderful musician he was as well. May his soul rest in peace. First of all, let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Once again, let me say it's great to be back on the platform, and today on Profile Liberia, we will be looking. We'll be taking a little bit of gist in the president's speech. You know. And the version of his speech against State of the Nation address yesterday. So we are going to look at his speech a little bit. We'll say, how are you? Welcome. It's great to be back on the platform. We'll listen to the speech, and what I want us to do, at least will help up some of the astute citizens that are here already. They can help us to. They will be able to call in as well and be able to provide some. They will be able to provide. Their thoughts as well. 3 days ago, I sent it not even three, last week, and I repeated this week. I sent an announcement out, and I specifically named few individuals in that announcement, which includes Ambassador Bobby Wilfield, who is also now an astute member of the CDC from Australia. I don't know if you stay in Liberia. And I also mentioned Max Kpakio. I also mentioned Honorable Eugene L. Fagon. And in my request, I requested them to come so that we can discuss about the 1 year period of the CDC-led government. Mustafa, welcome back. I've been back for a little while now. Happy New Year to you. So that they could help us to understand with respect to how they view this government has been running for the 1 year period. These are the people that normally come on the Facebook, and I feel they know a great deal about this government. And I decided that it's better to invite them, give them a platform so that they can engage with the other Liberians as well, so they can educate us perhaps what is happening or what they've been saying. They just come and post something and they're gone, you know. In that way, there's nobody calling to say, all right, let's counter check what you're saying. And so I decided that it's better they come here live so that they can talk to us, and that they can engage us as well. But unfortunately, last week, this week again, up to now, my request isn't being honored as well, at all. But this is where it is. Tanya, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon from my end. It's almost 4 o'clock here. You know, it's not just coming on the Facebook and you just post something, you say, oh, everything is okay, you stop complaining and you're gone. You know, sometimes it's good for you to engage the people one-on-one or so, you know. Let people ask you questions and you give them answers. You get an honest answer. So that's what I wanted to do. Because this is one, we stay in the period of the 1 year. January stay here. And so my invitation is stay open to you guys. Thank you. They had was an honor when I went to Ghana 3 years ago. It was an honor I received. I went to visit. Okay. And so my invitation is still standing out there for you guys. And not only these people are named, Eugene Fagon, Bobby Wilfield, no, sorry, Bobby, yeah. Ambassador Bobby Wilfield, not only Max Kpakio, but it goes beyond even the chairman of the CDC. If you are chairman of the CDC US, the chairman of the CDC Australia, I don't even know if we have chairman here in the UK. My invitation is open to all of you, or any of you that are on a platform. I don't want to call those of you on the platform. I don't want to call your name right now. But I know I can see Tuyua Harris as well, one of the stronger members of the CDC. My big brother as well. I just forgotten his name. But come on this platform. Let's come and talk about issues. On this platform, we don't come here to abuse people. We don't, naked people here. Also, excuse for the language. We don't do that here. We handle our platforms here orderly, respectfully. And so, come here, let's engage the people. Come and tell us 2018, 2019, how was it since you took power? Is it true that everything that Mr. Eugene Fagon is telling us that everything is okay, that the purple rice is in abundance, you can get it for $10, you can get it for $11. Come and defend it, whether it's true, whether indeed, in fact, what you're saying, that life has changed for the better, far better, as compared before to the period when they took over, when you guys took over. Let me put you inside. Just come, yeah, because but you just coming to post something, and by the time you post, you're gone, and people commenting and saying, oh, everything. I think that's not engagement. There are platforms now, like my platform. I can post of it. I have a huge number of people who come here are very reasonable people that think between the lines, people that can think highly before they even write something. And whatever they're writing, somebody that is reading it will benefit from it. Those are the people that come on this platform. That's why, even if I have my talk show, I invite people that will come here and educate people. So everyone that comes on the platform, well, I give you the courtesy. I leave it with you, first of all. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt to prove yourself that indeed you are here to make an impact in another person's life, or to prove yourself otherwise. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But my platform is so absolutely responsible people do come here. And so my invitation is still open to all of you. Some of you people, I keep naming you. I will name you because at the end of the day, I used to have you guys here before you got to power. I invited you here on several occasions, and we talked about issues. We were on the back of the Madam Ellen Johnson's government. Yes, I have you guys here on records. I have your audios, recordings here. So these names I'm mentioning, I know the advocacy they were doing yesterday. So I am of the conviction that these people will be the best people as well to continue defending the CDC. And for it to take 2 weeks, that up to now, they're acting that they haven't seen my post, even though I tagged them in the post as well. They're acting that they haven't seen my post. It's unfortunate. Let me use the word unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But my invitation is still open to you guys. It's not late. Inbox me that you want to come on the show. In fact, this is a good time now. Send the president finish speaking, so you can come as well. We can go inside. We can dig inside the speech as well, and be able to, bring things out and put on the table for you to give your own analysis on it and relate it to the reality of today. Because the important thing about it is not so much about what you say, especially in speech when our leaders are talking. It's not so much about what they are saying, but the reality on the ground is what matters. That's why for me, I always want to know. And we started discussing it the last time on my show here. If you say that we change people's lives, for the past 12 months we actually changed lives. Now you must be able to tell us how. Yes, you've been saying it, but what is the reality on the ground? That's what I want to know. If you say that $17 million was actually infused in the economy, now break it down to us. Tell us how was it? How was it? Where was it? You can't just come and say, okay, the $25 million that was actually in question, 17 million was infused in the economy, 8 million is being kept. My people, that's what I heard yesterday from our president. And so, let me see. Thanks to all of you and all of you that are sharing the video. Thank you so much. I salute you. Okay, thanks. You can write whatever comments you want to write, but I would appreciate if you can share. If you can also share the video, especially some of you that love this platform. Please, sometimes sharing the video can take some time as well, and it will take some time that I will stop talking and then focus on sharing the video. So let's listen to the president a bit from the start. And this afternoon, wow, all the way from Canada, welcome. All the way from Canada. So the annual speech has come and probably gone. For those of you that are watching live on Facebook, YouTube, I'm so sorry. Those of you that normally follow me on YouTube as well, I'm sorry today. When we finish, we'll send the material to YouTube. But if you look on top of the caption of the video, the annual speech has come and probably, I use the word probably gone. I don't know that, because sometimes people want to say something, it gone. Yeah, but for some of us, probably for me, I would, I want to be permitted to use the word probably. Okay, the annual speech has come and probably gone. It's now time to analyze the speech delivered by Mr. George Weah, the head of state of Liberia. Now, this is a question I want you to help me answer, and the rest of us too can also benefit from one another. Was it to your taste? Was the speech in general to your taste? Maybe you could say yes, or maybe you can choose to say no. Now, if yes, which bit of it was to your taste? You can give us a little bit of understanding as well. Okay, if no, why are you saying no, that the whole speech wasn't to your taste? Well, what is it that you expected to hear, but you didn't hear at all? And all right, I already got a caller coming in already from the video. Let me go to the caller on the video. Thank you so much for all of you that are sharing, because the number going up already. So I know some people sharing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, the caller just left. But my line is open because I finished reading the question to you already. Let's talk. If you can write as well, we'll be able to read it. But if you are okay to call, you can also call. Thank you very much, all of you that are sharing. I appreciate you. Our number is going up gradually. Okay, so let me go back for those of you that just comment. The annual speech has come and probably gone. It's now time to analyze the speech delivered by Mr. George Weah, head of state of Liberia. Now, was it to your taste? I'm asking the question, was it to your taste, the whole speech? And now, if yes, which bit of it was to your taste? Because sometimes you can say, you know, what would I say? Tune in from New York City, welcome. No, sometimes, yeah, okay, let me put it this way. Somebody, okay, let me go to the preacher then, the gospel people then. Sometimes the preacher will preach on Sunday, maybe about 1 hour sermon, they do a 1 hour sermon. It'll be a long talk and thing. But somebody would say, yeah, I let that bait. I mean, maybe just one sentence. I love that bit when the preachers touch on that bit. I love it. So imagine, I mean, somebody's finished talking for a whole 1 hour. They're just taking something for 20 seconds. So it's a still more thing I want us to do here. Was it to your taste? If yes, which bit? And if no, why? Why was it not to your taste? Was it something that was lacking? I mean, the juice was out. Okay, that maybe you didn't actually you said, wow, I thought this was going to be inside. I thought that was going to be inside. Why didn't he say that? Why? What did he say this? All right, so you can share with us. Okay, my lines are open. We're fighting hard for some of you who would love to be calling using the phone number. Hopefully by next week, we're working on that. So that some of you, especially for those of you that will be living that are in the States, it will benefit quite a lot, because I'm hoping to get a USA number that you'll be able to call. Currently is I was using the first, but it gone down. We'll open the lines, but for now the video lines are open, so you can call on the video and give your talk. You can give your thought as well. If you are on a platform to learn, you will learn good, because that decent people come on this platform, and decent people talk here, decent people write decent things. Let's go on the dashboard and see who is calling now. All right, let's see whether we can get James Ballet. Oh, what happened? James Ballet, what happened? All right, James, your video, you need to check your gadget. Seems not to be going. No, it's not going. All right, take your gadget and try again, James. All right, so let's hear the president a little bit, and then from there we continue.
Madam Vice President, the President of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President pro tempore, Madam First Lady, Clark M. Weah, honorable members of the legislature, Your Honor, the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court, and members of the judiciary, the Dean and members of the Cabinet and other government officials, the Dean and members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, His Excellency, the Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations in Liberia, the Resident Coordinator of the United Nations, the Chief of Staff and men and women of the Armed Forces of Liberia.
Amos, please give me 1 minute. Let's go a little bit in the speech, and then I'll take your call, Amos.
Honorable members of the 54th Legislature, we also appreciate your passing into law and act to name Bali Island and the Mahatma Gandhi Convention Center. This has paved the way for the friendly government of India to assist the people of Liberia in their infrastructural development drive by building a modern convention center that will host conventions, conferences, and exhibitions, as well as serving as a major tourist attraction. We want to thank the government and people of India. We want to thank the government and people of India for this kind gesture. And I have to ratify the investment incentive agreement between the Republic of Liberia and the FUTA Corporation. Under the FUTA agreement, the investor will construct and develop a 500 tons per day cement plant, expandable to 1,000 tons per day. This plant represents $25 million of new foreign direct investment into our economy and will provide additional support for our infrastructural development projects. Thank you for also passing into law an act ratifying the agreement for the establishment of the Export-Import Bank, Africa Bank, an act to amend the Revenue Code of Liberia to reform a sales tax law in 2018, an act to ratify the Paris Agreement signed by the government of the Republic of Liberia, an act to ratify the International Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance for the prevention, investigation, and repression of custom offenses. Honorable ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that I vetoed 2 agreements that were forwarded for my approval, including an act to ratify the Mineral Development Agreement between the government of the Republic of Liberia and the Hummingbird Resources Liberia INC, and an act to create the Zima district within Lofa County, Republic of Liberia. In the case of the Hummingbird Agreement, I am of the firm conviction that we acted in the spirit of ensuring the passage of legislation that will yield the maximum benefits to our country and people. With regard to the creation of a new district within Lofa County, after careful review and analysis, we came to the conclusion that new statutory district should only be created after conduct of a careful study based on the justification, structure, population density, revenue base, and economic viability. This process should also take into consideration the necessity for effective administration and the need to bring services closer to the people. I also believe that the Local Government Act will ensure that new statutory districts are not created solely for political purposes or will not impose undue burden on the national budget. I look forward to working closely with you to derive an efficient and effective process regarding these issues. Madam Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Pro Tempore, honorable members of the 54th Legislature, during the year under review, we have submitted to you several acts will remain pending and honor your kind consideration. These include an act to be known as the Abdullah Kamara Act of Press Freedom. This bill protects people from crimes such as criminal liability.
All right, let me stop the president there. President, sorry for the interruption. All right, for some of you, perhaps this might be strange to you. The president said he vetoed two acts. One for the Herrenberg contract or concession agreement, and two for a request for the creation of a new district in Lofa County. Sorry, many we did struggle yesterday to actually grasp what the president was saying, but little by little we're getting. And so that means by him saying that he vetoed, so when the lawmakers when the company came in and said they want, I decided to pin this brother important statement what he said, so you can read it. I know Amos Vincent. So some people they just want to be recognized. So I decided I want us to recognize him. He said something very important. So that's why I pinned his statement. So all right. So whenever the company comes in the country, they have, especially when you want to sign, you want to bring whatever business you are interested in, you have to go through the lawmakers. Okay, you got to sit with them, you got to talk. You got a special committee or so, and depending which area you are interested in. Then, if they are satisfied with your business, what you want to do in the country, they will develop a working document known as concession agreement. That working document, by virtue of signature, doesn't mean they should just go away and go right away and start working. No, it will have to pass through one stage to another and go to the president's desk. The president will have a preview of it, will read through together with his advisors. They will discuss it and they will look at the pros and cons of such concession. If the president would deem it, would see reasons in there that are quite convincing that this company will benefit us, will benefit the Liberian people, he will sign it, send it back to the people, and they will enact it, and the agreement will be put in place. The same way, the people of the district that he named, I didn't get the district name. If you get it, you can punch it out for us. They have made a request, or those, not the district, but those that live in that vicinity that wants that particular area to be a district, they gotta go through law. And so they will meet with their people, with their big people, whether the superintendent or the their county representatives also, and tell them this is what we want for this area. We want it to be a district. I think we'll reach the population that it can be a district. And so that will also go to the House. The House will have their own view on it. They will debate. If they do debate, they will debate. From there, if they agree, they will send it to the president next. Now, it left for the president to say yes, as you go ahead, or to veto it and say no. So, in the case of this so-called honey bread or so, because when it came out the last time, we saw them in some photographs or so meeting the minister of information and meeting that minister. So some of us had problem with it, and we started asking questions. Is there another one again? Now the president is telling us that after carefully reading the document, the two different documents, he see no reason to sign the concession agreement. So he sent it back to them according to what he said yesterday. To them, for them to go over it. Perhaps he did his own recommendation in there, because you can't just read through document like that and just send it back. No, you have to write your recommendations. You have to every point and thing you say, look, this part I agree with it. This part I agree with with this other bit, but I don't agree with the other bit, and I think I recommend that this should be. So that's how it's supposed to be. So he told us yesterday that he sent the document back, that they need to do some more homework in it. It doesn't mean no. By the time he vetoed, it's just 0-0. No. The people can still go to work. They have their own discussion. They will look at the documents, what the president recommended, also. So then, if they see there's reason in it to perhaps agree a little bit. All right, but thank you. Then they can work on it and redevelop it and send it back. On the issue of the district, of maybe the town or so that wants to become a district, it will be the same old thing. But that probably, if the president say they want is a no. So because he's saying the reasons he mentioned here is that before you create a district, from my understanding, my analysis is you should have your area should be of economic benefits, not only for that community, but for the county and the rest of Liberia. That's what he's saying. So obviously, what he's trying to say, the people that made a request from that part of Lofa County, what the president is telling us is that their area isn't of economic benefit to the rest of us. So meaning it will not be accepted. So he vetoed that. All right, so let's continue a little bit.
Against the president, seditious and criminal malevolence. It promotes freedom of speech and expression, which are important tenets of our democracy. It also promotes good governance, as well as the rule of law. We therefore respectfully urge you to consider the timely passage of this bill, as well as other bills essential to our purple agenda for prosperity and development that are being submitted to you, but remain on deliberations in your committee rooms. We refer particularly to the following: the Dual Citizenship Bill, the Domestic Violence Act, An act to name certain roads and bridges within the Republic of Liberia.
All right, these are acts that he himself is sending over to the House. And so right now he's begging them that when he gets there, they should let it go. Accept it. So rules, especially the new rules that I don't know, the new rules in Maserati County, all of them will have to be named. Maybe that day when now we come and see where the patriotism will grow. So all name will be there. I will suggest some of you guys on this particular platform. I want to write the president and suggest some of you on the platform that those some of those rules they should be named in your honor.
An act to amend the Revenue Code of Liberia to adopt a modernized custom code 2018. An act prohibiting the turning of public officials within executive branch of government. The ECOWAS Custom Code. International Convention, the simplification and harmonization of custom procedure. The National Lotteries Amendment Act. Madam Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Pro Tempore, and honorable members of the 54th Legislature, as we enter our second year of governance, we intend to submit several new bills for your consideration to enable our...
So those are the bills now. You can call now because I guess many of you that are on the platform, you listened to the full speech yesterday. So let's see whether we can address the question I asked on the show so that we can address it. All right. So just call now. Let me activate the dashboard. Yeah, you can call now, and we'll take your call so you can let's discuss the let's discuss the question as well. And for me, I think it's why even the rules, some of them that we have in Liberia, we need to rename them. You know, we need to rename them because some of them they are of no benefit. I remember writing the speaker, former speaker last year. The time Nokwe was there, I wrote him the year before, like 4 years ago. So, and on that same issue, and I was suggesting that it was about time that we revisit the renaming of those roles and things because they are of no benefit at all. Yeah. All right. So my lines are open now. You can call and let's try to answer this question. Okay. Okay, was a speech to your taste? If yes, which bit? And if no, why? So let's go to the dashboard now and see what's happening there. Okay, let's try Voa. He's here for the first time. Let's see whether we can get Voa. Okay, Voa, you need to check your gadget. It say I'm not allowed to send you request, so you need to check your gadget. Let's go to let's try Amos again because Amos. No, let's try Bali, like your first time, and then before I go to Amos. Let's see. All right, you too. No request is accepted. So let's go to Amos. All right, you video is telling me, okay, for Amos, it's adding, so that means something happening. You need to have your gadget on the horizontal, on a horizontal level. I think you will come through. And avoid, mostly use smartphones also. If you're using laptop or how they call it iPad, sometimes you find it very, very difficult to get through. If you're using smartphone, have it horizontal, it will come through. All right, Amos, good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, Max?
I'm good. Welcome. This is it because you listened to the speech yesterday. Don't need to go through it because this speech, and not something to, in fact, to go through 3 hours. So it's very difficult. The whole of last night, I've been trying to actually reduce it to something. I did one for at least maybe 1.5 hours, so that 1 hour I'm trying to play. But even that is still long. So what did you get? What did you get out of this speech yesterday? Was it really to your fullest taste? Or
no, Max, the speech was not to my fullest taste. Let us just be honest. And the intriguing part, what bothered me was that when the president said that people are better off now than before, is that a reality on the ground? People are better off now today than before. Is that a reality on the ground? No. And let me just cite this.
That one, even if the front page carry up this morning, far better off.
Yeah, than before. And what are the evidence? Because you see, when you say something, anything you're doing, when the people cannot feel the direct impact on their life, then you are not doing anything. And what do I mean by this? When President Weah took over, $1 was equal to 117 Liberian dollar. That was the rate. 2-3 months, 6 months, it really went to $157 for $1. Some places people buying it almost 180 Liberian dollars to $1. And as we speak today, it's around 157 in most areas. So if you are making a comparison and to contract, and today you are telling the Liberian people they are far better than before, I want to ask the supporter of the president and Mr. President, how can you reconcile that statement with the present economic situation on the ground? Is that a reality? Or someone just wrote a speech to tell the Liberian people, yes, since it's mandated by law, we have to say these things? That's number one. Number two, last year the president said that there was no money in the government when he took over. There was no money in the government coffer, as he said. But if you look at the 2017 report, he himself said there are $34 million.
I remember that.
Yeah. And you see, he told us there was nothing left. Even if you look at the expenditure. Yeah. Okay. And now these are things, when you're trying to talk, people come to attack you of saying that you don't like the president. It's not about liking somebody. The president is the steward of the state. He's the one that controls the country. And if he come out to say things that later on is not true, then it's mind-boggling. And it is a responsibility of Liberians to hold a leader accountable, because you are the one that managing the resources.
Yeah.
So the president named so many things yesterday. I mean, 3 hour, 3 hour speech or whatever, that's too long. But there are major things like talk about hospitals. But look at the hospital today in Liberia. There is a new hospital in Liberia that when Don't say when it is funded, that means everything is well around the country. No. GFA get big foundation. But what about Redemption Hospital? What's for the Rainy Hospital in Kakatan?
Yeah.
And according to a recent report, the 3 major hospitals in Bon County are about to close down because of food deficit. The Dunbar, the Phoebe Hospital, and another one, the Beaumont Hospital. I was reading the story. They were receiving 40 patients a day, but now it reduced to 10. The hospital barely run on 10-hour fuel because there's no electricity. And if all these things are lacking, and you are telling Liberians that their life is far enough better than before, is that a reality on the ground? And when these things are being said, people say they're against the government. But you are giving an overall view of the revenue. You mentioned maritime, but they're not stating how much revenue maritime is bringing into the country. And we all know maritime is a very large, it's one of the main income of Liberian government. So we don't know what maritime is bringing. There was no breakdown of what maritime is bringing. He gave the breakdown of Firestone, and that is a rubber company, and the iron ore. But what's about maritime? There's nothing mentioned how much maritime is bringing or how much we expect to get from maritime this time. But not mentioned in the speech. And man, let me take it back. Something was not mentioned in the speech. I think $1 billion contract was signed for some road project. I think it was 2 different contracts, making I think $2 billion for road project. That was not even mentioned in the speech.
No.
Now, if you are going to give the overall expenditure of the country and the major contract alone was signed, why not mention in the speech? Because that would be a debt to Liberia. You mentioned about Liberian debt when you took over and what you expect to be, but you're leaving those figure out. So what is happening there? And what was sad to note, and I heard many people applauding the president when he said that the debt is at this point, but it doesn't mean we're going to stay there because we borrow more. And I had a whole I could hear the applause.
Yeah.
But what these people fail to realize, you don't have anything to back when you're borrowing this money. You don't have, you're hardly exporting anything. The price of rubber has dropped. The price of iron ore has dropped. So when your country is talking about borrowing all the money, you have to start thinking twice how you're going to pay for these things. How you going to pay by the debt? But the president did not mention how all this is going to be taken care of. Yeah. And so these are things when people are saying, oh, the president was right. He did pretty well. Yes. But reality, there's a problem. Now that her budget contract, let me go to it. I think that was one of the first contract agreement the president vetoed when he took power. He said that, I remember that the contract was not written in the interest of the Liberian people. So therefore, he could not sign that contract. Granted. But now he has come now to ask. So I want to know what were the changes that he recommended or he had made to that contract that will be vibrant to the Liberian people. Did he mention that? No. He just said now we should act upon it. Mr. President, Liberian people, the president is accountable to us. When he said he's not doing this, he gave you a reason. And if he said he's going to do this, he's going to give you a reason. Because I believe that contract was signed under the Ellen regime, and probably he did not like it. Fine, I get it. But when he rejected it or vetoed it, and now coming back to say now he's going to sign that contract, let him tell us what changes the government made that will benefit the people of the southeastern region or the country as a whole. You can just say they should sign it or I have signed it. No. Tell all the changes we made. What was not there before that you are putting today that will benefit the people.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose I assume that you wanted something, so that's why you rejected. What will your argument be? So you have to convince me by telling me, look, these are the clauses they had in there that we thought were not beneficial to the local people or the citizens as a whole. So these are the clauses we move, and these are the ones we put in that we think will benefit our people. So then, if I'm to make the argument, I can say, yes, this was there, and this what the president removed, and this what they added, and this will be the benefit to the people of that community or the country as a whole. But nothing was said. But you expect the legislature to go along with you, anything you say. Because why? Everybody will get a brown envelope at the end of the day. Nobody want to question why this was vetoed at the time and why we're doing it now. And what would be the benefit to the people in our community?
Yeah.
We're not going to ask those questions. So
Yeah,
these are things.
Let's focus a little bit on the issue of health, because this is something very important. And I think, personally, that for the president to not have gone in a great deal in terms of how this government is going to actually tackle the issue of health and social care. I have serious problem with it. This morning I was listening on radio, and I remember elaborating how crazy. One guy called, an astute partisan of the CDC. He said that so long the president may mention that they have given scholarship to students to go and study medicine. That means if we're talking about health. I said, what? I was just sitting down listening to the man. I said, here you go. When will Liberia ever think outside of the box for the rest of everybody? This is a simple president. In the whole speech, I didn't even hear him making mention of recognizing people with disability, how we can get our people off the street now from begging, that all the money we get plenty of money, that even the salary he talks about, has been reduced, but he encouraged his minister to reduce it or so. I mean, that money, whether it's been reduced or not, if it is, where is it going? I mean, why can't we find a hole that say, well, send that piece of money is being reduced, that portion there, let's put it into welfare and try and see and get these people off the street. I didn't hear anything about the group of 77 or the rest of the people with disability. What is it? What's your take?
Well, Mike, I was speaking to this morning. The disorder were demonstrating at the Capitol building this morning.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, they were there this morning demonstrating. But Mike, this is why I have someone else say, you cannot have a healthy society without a medical health infrastructure. There's no way. So I get it. When people are talking about all these roads projects, I get it. I know it is essential. But what happened to your health if they build a road and I said the president mentioned about I think 5,000 preventive health services program have been carried out throughout the country. I think that's the only thing he said. But he talked about increasing the salary of doctors. Fine. But what about the facility, the institution? JFK is known to be the teaching hospital in Liberia. Redemption Hospital. And you go over the rural area. Talking about Banga, talking about Ganta, Nigeria, all the countries, Lofa, Kidma. What is the condition of those hospitals to cater to those people in the rural area? What are the measures that the Ministry of Health is giving those hospitals to help alleviate some of these problems simple problem like fever, malaria, all these kind of things. What money? Maybe I got it wrong, but I didn't see any specific figure toward the infrastructure improving the health system of Liberia. Probably it was mentioned as I said today. Maybe I didn't get it, but I didn't see anything specific amount allocated for the improvement of health in the country.
No.
He talked about money being advocated for a road project. He talked about money being advocated for vocational training institutions. But I did not see any amount advocated for health in Liberia. It was not meant to. Maybe, as I said, maybe it was in the speech. I didn't listen to it. But I didn't see anything mentioned.
No.
But he mentioned about sending doctors, increasing doctor pay. But he did not mention about what would be done or what is going on to improve those institutions. What are the equipment? Electricity, all these things, what's being done in this area, because we know that this area doesn't have electricity. This area, what we are doing now to improve those areas, it was not mentioned in the speech. Now you talk about disability. That is a very important part of our society. These people are part of our community. Okay, but what has been done? That area, or to help those people, some of them, to function as a normal person in society. What has been done? Nothing was mentioned. Nothing was mentioned, but the group of 77 that played on trend, I remember when Tower built after that group of 77, it's been there since that time.
Yeah.
There has been no improvement at place. Group of 77 right on the post speaker. Yeah. No government has come in to try to focus on disability in Liberia. No. No. And are we seeing that part of the society or those people have been neglected by us? It has been neglected by us. It has been neglected by us, by national government.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody focus on these people. You know, so these are things that when I heard the president speaking, I was listening very carefully to him to what he was going to see. So he mentioned about $4 million into the educational sector. But can someone really see the impact of that $4 million on the education sector in Liberia? Maggie, you were there. What happened to all the what changes? He talked about building laboratory science, improving science laboratory in all the government schools. I mean, Newport Street Junior High, GDL gives ambassador thing. Maybe you were in Morocco. Did you go to any school to see the improvement? Talk about how to see whether the lives had changed with the infusion of 14 million.
Maybe they send for the equipment, so it will be there next time.
Okay, yeah, okay, maybe it's still coming, but we are not seeing it. Last year we saw so many schools talking about closing school, no benches, no school material in some rural area for the teacher to work with. So now, then the question comes back: how can you tell me that my life is far improved than before, when the basic tools necessary are lacking for me, literally not me, but for people to improve, for the children to improve their life? And you are telling me that life is far better than before, or the question, or what you want to say is that your life in government is far improved than before. I think that should have been in place, put in the speech, that the people around you, which I know they won't do, but just for figure it, that the people around you, their life have far been better than before. Then I think there will be some logic in instead to put the country as a whole, that the country, the entire country, the people's life are far better than before. How can you make that argument?
Another thing I wanted you to touch on is about trying to balance the the truth versus the fiction here, because the issue of the $25 million when it came up, we all heard the finance minister telling us, convincing us that yes, $25 million was infused in the economy. He gave it to a money exchanger, and that money up to this time, yes, while we continue to ask questions about further explanation. But to my utmost surprise yesterday, the president contradicted him as well, or did not agree with him, and said, well, although he didn't say it the way I want to say it now, although the finance minister said that $25 million were given to the money exchanger in the street, but I can give account that 17 million was infused in the economy, and 8 million is in safekeeping. These are two big leaders, Amos. Where are we here? Which one should we believe?
And Mike, I just want to say that. And the president went further to say the central bank. And the central bank is on record, came up to say that they were not in charge of the $25 million. It was the finance ministry, the finance minister, to be precise, that was in charge of that program.
Yeah.
And the finance minister is on tape, saying that he took the money to New Kuda and Westman to infuse it into the economy. And now, so if the president, I don't know whether he's coming to the defense of the finance minister or what, I don't know. And he's coming also to tell us.
The finance minister more in trouble.
Yeah, and he coming to tell us, oh, that was 17 million that was infused into the economy, and its balance on 8 million is in the bank. But when the finance minister cannot give a receipt, I think you remember last year, Mike, when the House called him, that is the finance minister, to give an overall view of the economy and to project what the future of the economy will be, the country economy will be looking at. And I was on that day, they say he brought 3 pieces of sheet with a graph. And they asked for time to go come back so they can come to present this report. And since then, I have not seen or heard anything about that money. The local, the commercial banks, they could not give any receipt to say that they did receive $1 million from the finance minister to sell, to buy this access liquidity note, liquidity note from the market. There have been no receipt. There have been no accountability. And for the person to come to make that statement to the Liberian people, there are many questions and answers to the president and the finance minister. And man, look here, the finance minister under law supposed to make a quarterly report and the bank to the Liberian people, to the legislature. None of these things have been done. So it's like the government is just wondering how to feel like that there's no law to follow. So the president, they got to do more work to explain to us. And for the 25 million are missing. It's missing because if they took it to the street, we want to get a receipt. We want to see documents because people are not feeling the impact.
I'm sorry about people. I'm laughing. Our president too was laughing yesterday during the speech. All right, a lot of people want to call through. Let me see where I can entertain some diverse views. Yeah. Thank you so much. Probably you can call before you.
I just wanted to leave with this note.
Okay.
The president mentioned his visit to Senegal as a landmark visit. It's in his speech.
Yeah, it is.
The visit to Senegal was a landmark visit, has been a landmark visit. But there are stories developing, very troubling story from Senegal. About those visits, the frequent visits the president has been making to Senegal.
I think hold on to that, yeah, because I got an inbox early this morning. Let's hold on to that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to say, to remember this guy from Ghana, Amma Hassan Salid, this journalist that was gunned down the last time.
Yeah, the undercover.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just wanted to say sorry to the people of Ghana and the
Yeah.
family for Hassan Hussein
all
Salid.
right, thank you. Okay,
Thank you,
Mons.
Mike.
Thank you very much. Okay, views and comments with respect to the president's speech, you can call in. Lines are open. Let's see if I can go on the dashboard. I think Elizabeth been waiting. Elizabeth, not seeing your call. Let me. Yeah, I hope you sort it out now. Let's see. Let's try Ballet. All right, Ballet is still a similar way. It's not allowing me to add you. So let's invite Elizabeth. Let's invite Elizabeth and see from all the way Paris. Okay, somebody is asking a question here. Are you trying to blame the president for ignoring the group of 77? Right. Okay, I think that's the same Bali that trying to call. Unfortunately, I can't get you. I don't know, for some reason. Video keep dropping. All right. I'm asking a question, and I don't stop you from saying what you're saying. You see, the other guy said something important. Amos J. Vincent. He said, "Go and look for something else to say." President George is a blessed president. So his statement is very good. That's why I pinned it, so we all can see it. Let's see whether we can go to Paris. Your camera is down, upside down to us. Much better. I know the other way.
Okay, hold on. Let me put on my shoes because I think it's coming from your end.
It's looking much better, at least for now.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, just hold on.
As you can see, so I'm asking you the question because when our leaders speak, we dare to analyze it. That's why when you open a newspaper, for some of you, maybe I don't know whether they make and read newspaper, but if you open newspaper, any newspaper you open, you will see a section that they call editorial. Okay, the editor-in-chief. We speak on national issue. So
it is okay.
No, not you now. I'm coming to you by the time you set up. Are you set up? You're not set up,
okay.
Or your camera still upside down.
Okay.
So in the editorial, you can choose to talk on issues of national concern. So you can't see the editor-in-chief or the editorial, what they're saying is a mess or so. If you want to cast blame or ask questions, they will cast blame and ask questions also. This is not trying. It's not trying. For me personally, from my end, I am blaming the leader. I'm not trying. I'm saying the yeah. I've said the thing. Then somebody asking me if I'm trying. No, don't take it from the outside the Liberian way. I'm not trying. Come straight with a question. Are you blaming? Take the word trying. I'm not trying. I am blaming not only this president. Even when Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was there, I wrote the House on human rights several times. I wrote the Speaker several times on the issues of disabilities in Liberia. I have never written this particular government yet, but I have engaged some of them that are in the government. Let's see what we can get Ballet on. Okay, say no answer from live video guest. I don't know. For some reason, we can get this guy. Let me scroll down and see whether he's down there. No, he's not there. Somebody else try and call. Let's see. Elizabeth, let me try you again. Elizabeth, are you set now? Let me try you again. It's adding is going. Elizabeth, what's your dashboard? I'm not trying. For me, I don't just sit here and talk. If I'm talking, I will talk with people as well. I will talk with people. I will write and engage you constructively. That's what I've been doing. I've written the president, the current president. I've written him
This okay?
times. The other way around. Okay, try another one. All right. Perhaps you
sure.
Perhaps you're a bit too close to the camera. If you are.
Is that in fact it's not correct? Okay. Anyway, I will type because I think it's not, my camera is not set based on your camera, so I don't know. I don't want to waste the viewer time, you know.
Okay,
so, but
right.
just to say, if you can listen to what we're saying, you know,
Okay.
just to, I'm sorry. Okay, just to say things. I beg you, Mr. Max.
Okay.
I don't know which way would be better. I don't know. Okay, this way.
Hey, better that way. At least we hear your voice. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you. Because you see, we've been talking. I wanted to come in to say some points because some brothers came in based on the president speech yesterday. Okay, etc. And you as a host also brought us some very, very interesting points, which was that you were talking about the balance. You see, he never spoke about the balance of our resources. Okay, so that's push me to call. I say he's right because, okay, he gave, even today we got some people on the street. They are demonstrating because of the handicap. He didn't even spoke about, you see, the down life people, CDC.
All right, I think we're losing Elizabeth. For some reason, I think she have a network or connection problem here. Let's continue from here. Let's listen to the president once again. Okay, we're losing Elizabeth. Let's listen to the president.
Automatic teller machine, the ATMs, which have helped to the government continue to pay civil servants through this mechanism, and there are efforts on the way to use. These efforts are part of the government's vision to digitize the Liberian economy and transition to a cashless society. Madam Vice President, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the 54th Legislature, during the year under review, the news media in Liberia was saturated with stories alleging the containers of Liberian dollar imported by the central bank were missing. Given the gravity of the allegations, our administration took several actions in response, including setting up a special presidential technical committee to investigate. In addition, the government requested the assistance of the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the Economic Community of West African States, the ECOWAS, to help in conducting a separate external investigation into the alleged missing money. With the assistance and support of the UC, an audit team from Court of London, England, was invited to independently investigate and report findings. Madam Vice President, Mr. Speaker, members of the 54 legislature, the report from the crew audit team is expected at the end of February 2019 and will be released to the public by UC. If it is established that there has been any willful act of criminality, then growth of 5.7%. This strong performance was driven by higher receipt of tax and non-tax revenue. To this end, our government is especially grateful to our partner for contributing approximately 10 times more in budget support grants in 2018 than in 2017.
All right, let me see whether we can, let me go on the dashboard because time running out. For some of you who made your contribution here, reading the, let's say writing here, and trying to answer the question. Today we say we're looking at the annual speech. The annual speech has come and probably gone. It's now time to analyze the speech delivered by Mr. George Weah, the head of State of Liberia. Was it to your taste? If yes, which bit? And if no, why? So that's the question I've been answering, and thanks to all of you who who've made your contribution so far. To your Harris, all the way there from education from the USA. I am let's say one. An act to ratify and authorize the payment by the government of Liberia of tuition fees for all undergraduate students in all public universities and colleges in Liberia. The National Youth Act, Liberia Technical. Okay, this is the act the president was making mention of. I don't know why is it playing here. This is not answering my question. What I asked there. Okay, let's go down a little bit. Thank you for liking my dress code. Hey Max, maybe after the show you can. Okay, let's leave that. It's not part of. Let me see the contributions. Okay. I want to go to those. Thanks you. Okay. I want to go to the points that those of you who made points here. Okay, so I was still to read this one from Amos J. Vincent. Go and look for something else to say. President George is a blessed president. Another eloquent man there speaking as well. Florence, I did not hear we are talking about the 16 billions. If anyone heard of it, they should please explain it on the platform for me. Okay, the president, okay, I think somebody explained a little bit down there. Let me go down there first and then I'll come back to that. Okay, Mr. Max, as for me, okay, let's Guy Vowal. The president spoke about, I think he meant about, the president spoke about the 16 billion and he said that the report will be out at the end of February 2019. And anybody found guilty of corruptive act of the 16 billion will fix the full weight of the law. Yeah, in addition to that, yes, Florence, the president did touch on it. The only thing he said was that, according to the way you just heard it, just at the end there, something happened, the trigger. Exactly so. He has promised as well that whatever the results of the investigation will be, if using a conditional phrase, he said, if anybody, any of his official governments named are mentioned, like what we've been talking this few days. I've been asking you this few days on the other platform as to what would you want, what sort of punishment would you want to see if any of the government officials, including the president, are involved. He said they should face the full weight of the law. So some of you have already you made your suggestions as well. All right, let's go to. All right, this one is between two people there. I'm dealing with the issue according to what I wrote. As for me, Akim from the old school. I believe in rules and regulations of the Constitution of Liberia, and the doctrine of the Constitution of Liberia shall be respected by our President Weah and by his government officials, appointees for the first year. Okay, that's it. Elizabeth there. All right. Okay. All right. Fini Cebu says here he even, or is it dropped? Okay. He even graded his 1 year as good than the past government. I really wanted people to answer the question. People talking different here. Are you trying? Okay, let me leave that. Okay, Amos George say, what is wrong with some of these people? Every time come on say something about the government that is not right, they take offense about the truth. No common person in Liberia today would tell me today that their lives is far better than before. You are living on less than $1 a day. Amos is back. He said, Amos, we are not talking about blessed person. We are taking running government. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit far away from the microphone. Sorry. All right. So these are your comments. Thank you so much for all of them. Let's see. Let's take a short musical break. Not musical, but let's go to Professor Patrice Lumumba.
Tragedy, no hygiene in our politics because Africans had started engaging in theft. In fact, I used to say that African politicians were thieves. Then I went to Uganda and I was told that they are not thieves, they are looters. And when I went to Liberia last week, I was told they are not looters. I was told they are looters on an industrial scale.
Okay.
What shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall we do? What shall we do? Oh, what shall we do? What shall we do?
All right, what shall we do? What shall we do? When we are caught up in a situation that we just ask so many questions, and you can't get an answer. What shall we do? What shall we do when our leaders are so much insincere to us, to the nation? What shall we do? What shall we do when our nation is engulfed with corruption, with looting? Here's somebody who is not even in Liberia, living all the way there in Kenya, East Africa, only for him to take a visit in Liberia. And every good thing they were telling him about Liberia, that Liberia is being looted on an industrial scale. What shall we do? What shall we do? It is not these people that are spreading a bad reputation. Liberia doesn't have a bad reputation. Your people are bad. Those that are pretending that they love Liberia, they are the ones that are actually putting the image of Liberia there so tintedly. They are the ones. It's not me. And let me just come back on some of you guys for your little bit of understanding and the way you comprehend when we're talking about national issues like this, we are not just criticizing. Listen and listen well. Even on this show here, many people that come on this show here on my platforms and things, when we're talking about issues, they will say, well, I don't like this part of what the government is doing. I like that other part. I don't like this part, and I hope this, something like this can be done. So meaning, you are constructively criticizing, because while you are offering an option that can be added and upgraded for a change, a better one too. Nobody that will hate a human being will tell you, say, when you do wrong thing, they will just tell you, say, oh, that's bad, one thing. If you hate a human being, when you see them doing wrong, you want them to do more than that so they can be in big trouble, isn't it? But now when you say, no, this is not good, and you give pieces of advice, or you suggest how the person can improve, then you're telling me that such individual, they hate the country, or they hate the president. Yes, some of you guys have to stop drinking alcohol. Well, now anyway, saying that for those that drink, they don't think. No, but some of you, maybe it's not good for you. That's why sometimes you say things that you are not to say. But the only unfortunate thing, you don't even regret. That's the saddest thing about us, our community. When we say, we don't even regret, and to come back and say, oh, sorry, I realized my mistake or so. Because you feel pompous. When I sit here, before I come on the platform, before I bring a topic up to discuss, if there's anything I have to do research, I will do my research first. So that as I go along to discuss it, as I lay it on the table to discuss it, I will give you some educative information. So that when you are calling, or when you want to make a contribution, you already feel informed. And so some of you need to find some platforms you can go and, and just share your little understanding of issues. Not here. If I entertain you, it means that I just want to make you look, what? The other way that people call it stupid. I just want to make you look stupid. That's all. If I entertain you, and that's why I will be doing that from now on. You make some kind of a statement also, I will just pin your statement so that everybody can see it and know who is saying that rubbish or nonsense or so. You come here, you want to learn, you will learn. If you don't want to learn, you will be the loser. You will be the loser because this is what I keep telling you. All of my platforms, the people that come here are, number one, very respectful people that want to see this nation moving forward, people that want to see the children, the lives of Liberian children, in a better position, people that really want to see that when a mother or when a pregnant woman go to the hospital health center to go give birth, that they should come out there and their baby should come out with life. These are the people that come here. These are the people that come on my platforms. They don't just criticize. These people come here and offer. Some of them are humanitarian. Some of them, they're giving back to the community. So when they are giving back and somebody is doing something, some kind of a nonsense out of it, they feel hurt. Can you get it? Majority of these people want to hear that this small community organization is doing this, and they will extend their hand. They will send their little $1. They will send their little $2 or so. Oh, I like the program you're doing. I'd like to contribute. They send it. Some of them, the last time when the guy was on live here in towns and villages, some of them even signed up. They signed up to even send children to school. These are the people that come on this platform, or on my platforms. So when they are seeing things going the wrong way, they have a right to talk. You think you think they don't have nowhere else to spend their money? Some of you should have to be reasonable sometimes, man. You think we don't have somewhere else to spend our money also? They could save their money and go somewhere and enjoy their holiday also. But they say, oh yeah, I see this person doing this. Let me send someone at $5. I see that other person doing this. Let me send someone at late $10. Maybe it can help. So when they are seeing things going the wrong way, when they are seeing people betraying the trust of the people, they get hurt, and they have the right to voice out. And this is why some of us have created these avenues that come, say something, say how you feel, how things are happening, give your suggestions, how the way forward. And some organizations, some community-based organizations, local NGOs in Liberia, they have benefited a lot from many of our people here in the diaspora. So for you to just come and start throwing words at us, it hurt us. Not only because I've been paid for what I'm doing, but the fact of the matter is, my time, my energy into it, I could sit and get job with different local media institutions here in the United Kingdom and just forget about Liberia also. I could sit here and say, well, look, you know why? There's no need for me to get involved in moving Liberia forward. I don't need to write a textbook. I could sit here and say, no, there is no need for me to put any NGO together and call Liberians for all to work together. I could sit here and somebody else could sit down and just forget about it. But I feel passionate. I feel about my country. I'm home every year, sometimes twice a year. And I see what is happening there. I go to hospitals to go do some little bit of donations and things to baby mothers and children and things. I know what is going on there. Most community-based clinics, health centers, as we call them as well. Some of you that even come and throw words at us. You're right in that Morovia. You only move from your house to go in town to go back whole day. Very rough today. That my sister is not easy today. That's all. If you're lucky, you get some of the transportation to go home fine. If you're not lucky, you walk, you go back home. The next day again, you dress, you come. You go to town. From one office to another. You go sit down in some kind of office, somebody tell you, say, go and come. Okay, come tomorrow. Let's see what I can do. You sit down there for 4 or 5 hours. You get tired. The person will not even see you. You get tired and hungry. You walk out. When we are flagging out these issues, we want to blow the trumpet in the ears of those people so that they can change. Then you, the same person, coming to throw words at us. So who hate Liberia here? And not you? Who is the enemy of Liberia? And not you? You're an enemy of your own self, in fact. You are an enemy of yourself. You are an enemy of yourself. Let me repeat it again. Because you won't be, if you are not, you won't be doing this. All this talking, all these posts that you see some people, they're posting, saying tangible things. Calling on people to change. Calling on people to change their mentality and change the way they're doing things. Even those that we elected, those that we gave responsibility to steer the state of our affairs of our nation. They're calling on them every day. They're posting and things. Some of these people, they see it on social media. And you there, you the little one that there, these people don't even know you. They don't even count you. They don't even recognize you when their car is passing. They don't even, you put your hand up to stop it that you know the person that in that car. The person doesn't even recognize you. They're gone. Perhaps you even live in their constituency. in the same constituency that person is the head for. But they're not recognizing. Then you, when we're saying we are checking and balancing that same individual, then you are the one coming to talk for them. So what kind of person are you? What kind of human being are you? You're not sorry for yourself. Me, I will say that one. That's why I will continue to encourage the very good Liberians I have reached to. I will continue to reach you guys. Let's focus on the lay ones. Let's focus on the less fortunate, especially the disabled and the albinos. Let's help them out. That's why this day I go Monrovia now. I don't have time. Before, by the time I get down, when I walk on the street, once I'm in town, they come around. Oh, be bro, you're not easy. Oh. Okay, mama, how many of you? Okay, we have 5, we have 6. Yes, small thing here. But this day, I don't do it. I don't. At time you can't say, mama, war inside. What I can tell them now. Let me confess here today. What I can tell them now, I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. And I can tell you, it is tough in town. I can tell you, it is tough. Some of them, they can come when they even approach you and say, "Oh, my man, it's trouble." They turn around, they say, "This time now you say, oh, everybody now you're turning away from hey, people, so I mean, I forgot you about now we don't want to do this." And the last time one of them told me, I was be thinking about us. But some of you that say at least you went to school a little bit. I don't even know. But that's the education of Liberia. You educated, but then you allow somebody to think for you. You allow somebody to do for you. I mean, I'm not going to relent. I will continue. I'll go in Monrovia. I'll go in April. Right now, I finished getting about 4 bookings at IE centers. And at least 2 schools already to go and talk to the children. I'll keep putting it in their ears. Those that are in the government that I can have an access to, that I can reach to. I'll keep blowing their ears as well. I will tell you the truth. You say if you don't believe it right there, you will go home and sit on it. If you are a rational, if you are a rational being, you will sit down and say, "This thing the boy was telling me, the man was telling me, I think I need to think about it." So some of you need to wake up. Just stop. Just stop these attitudes. People should stop thinking. I mean, don't let people continue thinking and doing. That's the thinking for you. Because I can tell you, even right now, none of them, they haven't learned lesson. Right now, if we say tomorrow we're having election and people carry t-shirts, they will change those t-shirts and go and cast vote. They will vote you. They might even vote the same more people that are in power right now, honestly. And these people just carry t-shirts and give it to them. People are laughing at us every day as Liberians, especially for those over in the diaspora. They are laughing at us every day. Remember when you say I'm from Liberia, you meet somebody, you're just meeting for the first time. Oh, where are you from? Especially that's the big question they normally ask us. Where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from? And when you say I'm from Liberia these days now, oh, that's the country, the whole container of money got missing. Come on, man. That's a tinted image there. That's not a good image. It is not us that are talking, that are tarnishing the reputation of Liberia, like some of you are saying. It is not us. The very people that we voted, the very people that we gave him power to, they are the ones that are doing it. I didn't sit here to get involved in stealing $16 billion. No, I didn't sit here to suggest to the Minister of Finance, Minister Weah, to say, go and take $25 million and give it to money exchanger. I didn't sit here and do that. So when I go out there, when I come across people, somebody never been to Liberia, but they have gone on the internet, they have read on other media institutions, online or whatsoever it is, and I come across and they asking me a question like that. Is that the country whole container of money gone missing just from the port to the central bank? I feel shame of my country. The same old time before this, when the war ended in 2003, by 2001 I was in this country or so. And every time I come across somebody, there's no other question. The question they'll ask me, a question that will be attached to the war and cannibalism. I came to a time that I used to refuse going to public events here in the UK. Because you face these difficult questions, these embarrassing questions. Someone asking you, oh, so you people eat human beings in your country? Or you practice cannibalism in your country? I mean, this kind of a question, are they questions you feel happy, proud to answer? We know how we've been how we are facing things here. So when we are talking for people to change, for our leaders to change for the better, it's not good that you, the little ones, that the people that does not even know you exist, it's not good for you to be coming at us. It doesn't matter. Some of you are in the States or in the diaspora here, and you're talking. You say you're talking on behalf of CDC-led government or so. Majority of you, the one person in the hierarchy does not know you. We're trying to use this medium for you to be known. You're trying to use this medium. You're trying to use some of us, our platform, and say rubbish, and then when we reply, so you're getting the publicity right there. That's why you're trying to do it. No, for me, I have discovered I know many of you. And you can't. You won't do it on my platform. I will educate you, and you go. I will educate you well. You go. If you want to stay on my platform and be educated, you can stay. If you don't, say rubbish and bye, I tell you. But I'm not going to sit there anymore. There's no more Michael Kpakio Francis in Liberia anymore. There's no more. There's no more Justice and Peace Commission in Liberia. There's no more Council of Churches. There's no more. The Chief and Zos. There's no more. Who is talking now? I mean, just very few of us, and some of the majority of us that are talking now, we are all in the diaspora. And some of you, you have this opportunity. You're misusing it. You're supporting corrupt attitudes. What kind of human being are you? Every morning you wake up, you hear about some kind of money got missing. In the evening, before you go to bed, you finish hearing about, oh, I hear about some kind of money getting missing over there. Late night, you're hearing the same old news. Every day, money is going missing. What kind of country is this? And then you want us to keep our quiet. Maybe because that individual that is involved is your relative or so. Man, some of you need to go to hell. And just tell the devil that we send you there. Yeah, tell Satan that way. I need to learn. We know what's happening. I know what's happening in that city. I know what is it like at Redemption House. I know what is it like at Sony One. I know. Even in Central Monrovia, I know what life is like. Come on, example, just park your car. Before you get down out of that car, 5, 6 people finish surrounding you. Five, 6 people. Everybody. I mean, nice yo. Bieber, nice yo. Bieber sent to the EO. Bieber ain't you go, Bieber. You know, we will take it. Ain't you go, we take it. Yeah, Bieber. They start calling you name. They start even calling you honorable. Some of them don't even know you. Oh, I know the Bieber. Yeah, our own Papa here, our own chief here. Yeah. I mean, I'll mind the car, I'll look after the car. Quick on, they will start calling you. Quick on, they will start calling you Papa. Yeah, my Papa will yell. I gone back. I get my $1 now. Go to the hospital. I go to that clinic. If I meet that baby mother that's there or so, fine. And I want to pass it on, pass it on. No more in the street. In the street, perhaps the disabled, fine. I don't want that come around just say, Bieber, oh yeah, Bieber, nice you. Bieber, yeah. Come on, man. Well, lastly, before I take leave of you, Amos started talking a little bit about it. Tomorrow, hopefully by tomorrow, I think, for me, what I'm waiting for, the documentation. We'll blow that out tomorrow. News from Senegal. New from Senegal. Some people say Senegal. But new from Senegal. Liberia. Let's take this one. Maybe we can say goodbye to you.
What shall we do? What shall we do? Oh, what shall we do?
So what shall we do in the midst of all of these? Should we continue to just sit down, wrap our hands, and maybe continue to eat our burgers? Show the sense of responsibility. You're on this planet for something. It's not just about life you're breathing, taking in and out. You have a purpose on this planet. What shall we do?
What shall we do?
Oh, yes. What shall we do when your country is engulfed in corruption? Situations and acts that can keep the country down. What shall we do? I want to say thank you very, very, very much for your time with me on this platform, Profile Liberia. But God's willing, we'll be back later this evening. We'll be having a special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show, and of course, our guest will be a doctor to be. For now, I'll call him Mr. Fidel Bude. He's a great researcher. He will be talking about his project to us here and how will his project benefit Liberia. So tonight, join me at 9 o'clock LIB or UK time. And we'll be here on the special edition of the Max Kpakio Talk Show. From my end, I want to say, tell them that we are here. Tell them that the children are there. Tell them the children there. You shouldn't eat all. I love you all, my people. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless the continent of Africa.
We dey send and go down.
Aboko Eze.
Enjoyment there.
May God bless Mama Liberia.
Salabi and Pape.
I catch you up again soon. Bye.
Oju, see Oju Oju. Any man Oju. Still they are for you. Man they are in a bad at you.